Hey guys, Sean here. Today I'll be profiling my updated Dinosaur deck. Now recently, Linkuriboh came off the ban list, so dinosaurs are already gaining a huge power boost from that. Unfortunately, Misk is not yet back to 3, but one copy of Linkuriboh is all we need to come back into the game. So let's get into the best dinosaur profile you'll ever see. First of all, we have 2 copies of your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Nice gold rare. Become a member if you want me to buy better quality cards instead of this unfortunate gold rare. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is a fantastic boss monster. You can summon this card in 2 ways. You can either banish 2 dinosaur monsters from your graveyard, or you can use Double Evolution Pill to summon this card straight out of the deck. It can attack all monsters your opponent controls. If it attacks a defense position monster, you can send that monster to grave, and then burn your opponent for 1000. And it has the quick effect where during the main phase, you can destroy a card on your field or in your hand to flip all monsters your opponent controls face down. This card is incredible, it's insane. We only need 2 copies, so 2 copies of UTC. Next up, 3 copies of, again, gold rare, Souleating Oviraptor. This is your Stratos of the deck. On summon, it will either add you any dinosaur monster, or send a dinosaur monster from deck to grave. The sending from deck to grave part is kind of important if you get Droll, because it will allow you to send your Miscellaneousaurus to grave to do some combos. It also has the effect where you can target a dinosaur monster on the field, destroy it, and then special summon a dinosaur monster from your graveyard. So this is essential for your combos. This allows you to pop the baby multiple times in one combo to summon a bunch of dinosaur monsters from your deck. It's your main starter, main searcher, so definitely max out 3 copies of Souleating Oviraptor. Next up, 1 copy of Misk. Unfortunately, only at 1, but it's a fantastic card. It is a quick effect during the main phase. Discard it, and then for the rest of that main phase, your dinosaur monsters are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. That means they can't be impermed or veilered or ashed, anything like that. It protects all your dinosaur monsters from interruption. Also, whilst in the graveyard, you can banish it alongside any number of dinosaur monsters from your graveyard in order to special summon a dinosaur monster from your deck with a level the same as the amount of monsters you banished. Simply banishing itself will summon you a level 1 dinosaur, which will be your Animadorned Archosaur, which is essential for your combos. So 1 copy of Misk is just fantastic. The moment you've all been waiting for, 3 copies of your Babycerasaurus. When this card is destroyed, you can special summon a level 4 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck. Not once per turn, so the main gimmick of dinosaurs is to loop Babycerasaurus, keep destroying it, and special summoning dinosaur monsters from the deck. You'll be doing this alongside 2 copies of your Petiteranodon, which has the same effect, but it will special summon a level 4 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck. But it's also not once per turn, so you're going to be popping all these babies to summon a bunch of dinosaur monsters from your deck to do your crazy combos. So 3 copies of Babycerasaurus and 2 copies of Petiteranodon. Next up, 2 copies of your Animadorned Archosaur. On summon, you will destroy a dinosaur monster from your field or in your hand to add a Double Evolution Pill from your deck to your hand. Not only will this search you Double Evolution Pill, which will get out your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, but this also will be used to pop a baby to extend your combos. Importantly, it is a level 1, so you're going to be linking this off into your Linkuriboh, and then you can link Linkuriboh off into Secure Gardna, which will set up a dinosaur and a non-dinosaur monster in your graveyard, so that you can use your Double Evolution Pill. So 2 copies is all you need. Next up, 1 Kaitoptera. You can play Giant Rex over this, but in this build I am playing Poly and Horned Saurus, so you do need to run Kaitoptera. So during the main phase, it allows you to add Polymerization from your deck to your hand, and if this card is banished, you can special summon it from the banish zone and add a Polymerization from your grave to your hand. This is really important for your combos, helps you go into your rank 4s, and searches you Poly, which is really important with the extra stuff we're running in this deck. So Kaitoptera is really cool, definitely play it 1 copy. Next up, we have 1 copy of Xeno Meteorus and 1 copy of Frostosaurus. Xeno Meteorus can be special summoned from your hand if a monster is destroyed, and whilst in the field, it allows you to destroy a dinosaur monster to special summon Frostosaurus directly from your deck. However, this will lock you into dinosaurs, dragons, sea serpents, and worms, so just keep that in mind for your combos. You need to do your cyber stuff with your Linkuriboh and Secure Gardna first, before using the effect of your Xeno Meteorus. But this immediately brings out your Frostosaurus, which is very important in this build because we're running Polymerization. These 2 cards can immediately go into an Evolzar Lars, but because we're running Frostosaurus, and we're running the Transcendosaurus fusion monster, we can fusion summon into the Transcendosaurus fusion monster to end on a stronger board. So 1 copy of Xeno Meteorus and 1 copy of Frostosaurus. Next up, for the generic dino stuff, 1 Pank and 1 Dogaran. I feel like these can be side decked. This is a 44 card build. If you want to run 42 cards, you can just take these 2 cards out and side them in when the matchup calls for it. I especially think this for Dogaran because he's only really good, first of all, if you're going to second, and second of all, if you're playing against decks like Lunalights or decks that summon tower monsters. But they're still very good cards, and the fact that Oviraptor can search them basically for free is fantastic. Popping a Petiteranodon on your opponent's turn can straight up bring out your Pank, which is really cool as a disruption. So they're not bad cards to main deck, but I do think they can find room in the side deck. Next up onto the hand traps, we have 3 copies of your Ash Blossom, good in pretty much any deck, good against Mulcharmies, and it is a zombie monster, which is important for your double evolution pill because it needs to banish 2 monsters with different types, 1 dinosaur and any other monster. So all your hand traps can be basically used for double evolution pill, which is really cool. Next up, 3 copies of Mulcharmy Fuwalos, which is great for going second, and technically it's a level 4, so you technically could summon this as a normal summon to go into a rank 4, but for the most part, just allows you to draw when your opponent special summons a monster from the deck. So, really good. Next up we have triple Droll and Lockbird. Again, you can kind of summon this going to Linkuriboh just to get some guys in grave, but just a great card in the format, really good against Mitsurugi and stuff like that. And all these cards, because they're monsters, can be popped by your ultimate Conductor Tyranno to flip all your opponent's monsters face down. So even if they're not good in the matchup, they can still be used to use the effect of your UTC, so I think these hand traps are very good. Next up, onto the spells now, 3 copies of Fossil Dig adds you any level 6 or lower dinosaur monster from deck to hand, and it's not once per turn. So, a fantastic card for getting your combo pieces. The only problem is it is Droll bait. If you get Droll on this, it makes your combos really hard to play, but it's a great consistency card, so 3 copies of Fossil Dig is a must. Next up, 2 copies of your Ground Xeno. It allows you to add a dinosaur tuner from your deck to your hand, and then destroy a card in your hand. So if you have this and a baby, it's full combo, because you'll be adding your Xeno Meteorus, popping your baby will trigger, and then your Xeno Meteorus, because a card was destroyed, can be special summoned. So it's really, really good, but Ground Xeno also has another effect. You can banish it to fusion summon a dinosaur fusion monster by using material from your hand or field. So, very, very good card, really good combo starter, good extender, good for fusion plays, so 2 copies is all you need. Next up, 2 copies of Small World. Now, Small World is a good consistency card, but it's a bit confusing. Essentially, you're going to banish a card from your hand, then banish a card from your deck with exactly one of the same type, attribute, level, attack, or defense, and then add a card from your deck to your hand with exactly one of the same type, attribute, attack, defense, or level as the monster you banished from the deck. There are resources online where you can calculate these, but basically in this deck, you can turn any monster into any dinosaur monster you need. So, 2 Small World is really nice for consistency. Another consistency card, 1 copy of Pop Prosperity. Banish 3 or 6 cards from your extra deck to excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, add one to your hand, and then for the rest of the turn you do half damage. Being able to dig for important combo pieces is really good, and our extra deck is very flexible, so we don't really have to worry about that too much, so 1 copy of Prosperity is fantastic. Next up, 2 copies of your Double Evolution Pill, which you'll be searching off of your Animadorned Archosaur. It allows you to banish a dinosaur and a non-dinosaur monster from your hand or grave to special summon a level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions. This is how you'll be summoning your UCT. You can also summon your Pank with this, which is really cool. And because it banishes cards, it allows you to banish your Kaitoptera so that it can come back and be used as Xyz material. So, fantastic card, 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. Next up, 1 copy of your Lost World. Now the reason we run 1 copy is because we are running the Horned Saurus package in the extra deck, which can directly place this from deck to the field, but also because you're giving your opponent a level 1 token, if they're playing Yummy, they benefit a lot from that. So we're less using this as a combo piece and more using it as a floodgate for your opponent. It will special summon a token to your opponent's field when you summon a dinosaur monster, and if that token would be destroyed, you can destroy a dinosaur monster from your deck instead. And while they control the token, your opponent cannot target any cards in the field except for tokens. So Lost World is a really good floodgate, can be a great extender, but the fact that Yummy's in the meta, we don't want to run this card at 3 copies, so I think 1 copy is really great for most matchups, and we can easily search it with our Horned Saurus, so 1 copy of Lost World. 1 copy of Poly, we can search this off of Kaitoptera, we can even get this back from the grave using Kaitoptera, so we can fusion summon twice, which is really good. We are also running Guardian Chimera in the extra deck, so with this card in the graveyard, our Guardian Chimera cannot be targeted by card effects, which is really cool, so 1 copy of Polymerization. Next up, for some fun, for a good board breaker, and potentially a combo starter, 3 copies of Dark Hole. Now, board breakers are good in this format, good against Yummy and a lot of other decks. But if you have a bad hand, let's say you only have a Babycerasaurus in hand, you can normal summon that, use Dark Hole to pop it, also destroy any monsters your opponent controls, and then your baby will trigger special summoning a dinosaur monster from your deck. So really, really cool. I like Dark Hole in this deck. You can replace it with more hand traps if you like, but I think Dark Hole is really, really good, so 3 copies of Dark Hole. And finally, for the last 2 main deck cards, 1 copy of Talents and 1 copy of Called By. They're just the one-ofs that you can run in pretty much any deck. They both punish hand traps, and this deck really does not want to be hand trapped, so having a Talents and a Called By to punish your opponent is really nice, so 1 copy of each. Onto the extra deck now, we have 1 copy of your Horned Saurus, which needs a Kaitoptera specifically, and 1 dinosaur or dragon monster to fusion summon this card. On fusion summon, it will place a field spell from your deck to your spell trap card zone, so this even plays through Droll, which is really good, and gets you any field spell in the game, so if you want to side deck stuff like Necro Valley or anything, this card's really good for that. But this will mainly be getting your Lost World onto the field in certain matchups, which is really, really good, and it also has the effect where it lets you do an additional normal summon of a dinosaur or dragon monster, so being able to normal summon another dinosaur monster can be really good. It's also level 6, which is very important for your Xyz plays, so I think this card's really cool. 1 copy of Horned Saurus. Next up, 1 copy of your Gigantozowler. Needs 1 dinosaur and 1 normal monster to special summon it. 3800 attack, so it's even bigger than UCT, which is crazy. If this card is special summoned, it allows you to target a dinosaur monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. And then if this card was special summoned from the graveyard, it also lets you pop 2 cards. 1 card from your hand or field and 1 card your opponent controls, which is really, really good. The way you will special summon this card from your graveyard is if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle in a normal monster from your graveyard into your deck to special summon this card. So as you can see, you destroy it, it brings itself back, it adds a dinosaur monster from your grave to your hand, and then pops 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Really cool card, easy to go into with your Poly or your Ground Xeno, huge attack, really cool card, so I think 1 copy is great. For the final fusion monster, we have 1 copy of Guardian Chimera. Because we're running Poly, it's just a great card to be able to go into. When this card is fusion summoned, you can draw cards equal to the number of cards you use from your hand as material, and then pop cards in the field equal to the number of monsters used in the field as material. It just needs any 3 monsters, so you can use your hand traps to go into this as well. Really good way of drawing cards and popping cards. It's a big guy as well, 3300 attack. Cannot be targeted if you have Poly engraved. So I think it's a really cool card to be able to run in dinosaurs. So definitely give it a try. 1 copy of Guardian Chimera. Next up, onto more standard stuff, we have 1 Evolzar Dolkka, 1 Evolzar Laggia, and 1 Evolzar Lars. This is your standard Evolzar package. Dolkka and Laggia need 2 level 4 dinosaur monsters, and Lars just needs any 2 level 6 monsters. Dolkka is a monster negate and destroy, and it's not once per turn, so you can detach material to negate the effect of a monster and destroy it. Laggia is a solemn judgment. If your opponent would summon a monster or activate a spell or trap, you can detach 2 material to negate the effect and destroy the card. And Lars is fantastic. You can detach material to target any card in the field and negate its effects. This is a quick effect, so it's a great interruption on your opponent's turn, and it's not once per turn. So just amazing, absolutely fantastic card. This little Evolzar package is fantastic. Next up, for more generic Xyz, 1 Dugares, 1 Bagooska, and 1 TY-PHON. Dugares is great for doing a multitude of things. You can detach your material to double the attack of one of your monsters. It can also special summon a monster from your graveyard, which could be a baby that you could use to continue your combos. And it can also let you draw 2 cards, discard 1. They all have a downside, but for the most part you're only going to be using this effect if you're trying to close out the game. So Dugares is fantastic, it's easy to go into generic rank 4. Bagooska is great if you get interrupted, it's a great floodgate. Whilst in defense mode, it turns all monsters on the field to defense, and it negates the effects of monsters that activated their effects in defense mode on the field. So great floodgate, really hard for your opponent to out. And TY-PHON is great for going second. You can overlay this onto your highest attack point monster if your opponent had summoned twice from the extra deck on the previous turn. It prevents both players from activating the effects of monsters with over 3k attack, and it allows you to detach material to bounce any monster on the field to the hand. So really good for going second, really good for like a final push into a board, and can be a decent floodgate against certain decks. So 1 copy of these Xyz are really good. For the moment you've all been waiting for, he is back. 1 copy of Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh is important for your combos. It allows you to turn a Animadorned Archosaur into a Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh is a Cyberus monster, so you can use it as link material for your Secure Gardna. And then you have a dinosaur monster and a Cyberus monster in your graveyard in order to use your double evolution pill to summon your UCT directly from the deck. But Linkuriboh is also a dark, so it helps you go into your dark to dark Charmer, which can be pretty good against decks like Mitsurugi, being able to steal one of their darks from the graveyard, and it can help you climb into stuff like your Unicorn and your Accesscode Talker. And for the final generic links, we have 1 SP, 1 Unicorn, and 1 Accesscode Talker. SP is just a great card in general. If you use an extra deck card as material, on summon it will let you target a card on the field or you need to player's graveyard and banish it, so just really good for that. Because Linkuriboh is back now, we can more easily go into this as a breaker. Knightmare Unicorn is great for just spinning cards. It's a link tree, so you're going to link climb into it. Discard a card to spin a card in the field, and then use it as material to go into your Accesscode Talker, which is still a great way to break boards in OTK in Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2025. Can get up to really huge attack, pop cards in the field, help you swing for game. So I think these cards are great, and I think they're a really good way to close out the deck. So that's it for my updated Dinosaur deck profile. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really happy we got Linkuriboh back. It just makes dinosaurs so much better to play. But there's also a bunch of different ways to play dinosaurs, so definitely let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any suggestions or ideas, definitely let me know. If you want to buy this deck in real life, definitely consider checking out our TCG player affiliate link in the description. Using that link to buy cards will directly support the channel and help us keep up the content. If you also want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Members get access to all of our videos as soon as we make them. Special shoutouts to all of our members, Jojo TCGs, John Tran, Americ Humbert, Johnny, and Dragon Gods 679. Thank you all so much, we really appreciate the support. You guys will directly support me replacing the gold rares in this deck with some better rarities, so thank you all so much. And again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.